Hog champ break the chef. Roll.
Dude, thank you so much for that support. Guys, can we get some love and hype in chat for Matrix for that tier 2? And it's 6 months! You got your sushi hat chef. Oh my god, dude, thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Guys, can we get some love and support in chat for Mr. Bot? I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much for the tier 2 sub. That really does mean a lot to me. It really does. Thank you again. Oh my goodness. All the hype and love in chat, please, guys. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you, good sir. My goodness. What are you doing to me today? You guys are amazing. You really are. Thank you so much for that support. So, let's give this all a bit of a mix. Also, Mr. Bot, what would you like? Hang on, haven't I asked you to put you on for the 6 months? Hang on, how are you already on there? And you already got 6 months? Wait a minute. How's that working? You're already on the shirt. How's that 6 months? Isn't that supposed to mean 8 months? I'm sure it means 8 months, surely. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing the plot. You're already on the chef jacket. How's that even possible? So what we're going to do is give this a good turnaround. So let's give this all a cook out. I'm going to add some flour to this to help thicken up. Just saw the Instagram of the breakfast nam. What's a nam? I want to know what nam is, but it's supposed to be naan. Have I done a spelling mistake on there, have I? Hope I haven't. Probably have. But yes, naan bread. It's usually what you have with curry. 1 year. Cheater. You tell him. My goodness. So we're going to pop a little bit of flour in here, just to help thicken it up for later on. So I'm not going to add too much. I don't want it to be like seriously overly thick. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit too thick for me for the sauce. So, I mean, if you're also gluten intolerant and you can't have flour, you could also try and use gluten-free flour, or you can use corn flour as well. Corn flour is a great one as well. Is he cheating? How is he on? I know. How is he on the? If he's 6 months, how is he on the jacket already? Maybe I made a boo-boo then. Maybe, I don't know. But he's on there now anyway, so saves me a job, I guess. So I'm going to cook this down. So what we're going to do is take this off the heat before it starts burning the flour. So that's all done. What we're going to do, we're going to get out the coconut milk. Very shortly, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So reduce fat and reduce sugar coconut milk. I'm going to strain off the liquid now. I'm going to add bit by bit into this as well. So where is the sieve? Oh, it's here. That's okay. So. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to add some of the liquid into here. Beautiful. As I said, there's not much liquid, but we just want those flavours to kind of go on in there. So what we're going to do, kind of cook this down a little bit. So add in a little bit of that liquid to help thicken it up. So just adding it bit by bit. Dark Plateau, how are things with you? Hope you're doing well. It's explosive if you light it. So, what we're going to do, give this a good stir. Just like me with a 6-month badge. Yeah, no, Twitch is very twitchy indeed. It certainly is. Coop, thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate it. How are you doing today? Right, so we can add the rest of this liquid now to it. So, strain all those beautiful flavours off. Amazing. So, I'm going to let that kind of cool down. So I'm going to leave it on the side. And we're going to let that kind of very gently kind of cook down now. So I'm going to swap the heats over so we can use this one. It'll be so much easier. There we go. There's a chef jacket. Can you show it off? I will later on. I'm currently cooking at the moment, but it's behind me. Howdy, chef and fantabulous people. How's it going, Dark? How are you doing? Welcome back. It's lovely to see you. How is your wonderful Friday going? Are you doing well? So what we're making today, guys, we're making a spicy fish stew. Basically, it's a Brazilian fish stew, which I can't pronounce, and I know Dreams has told me about it, but I've forgotten how to pronounce it properly. But we're cooking this down. We're using cod today. I'm doing it slightly different than you'd usually see it. So basically, I've got some onions, celery, garlic, a bit of thyme, bit of chili, into a stock. We made the stock for about an hour or two. We cooked it down very, very slowly, and we basically chopped up some ginger, garlic again, some peppers, some chili, and we started sweating them off. We added a bit of flour, just for help thicken it just slightly. We don't want it going too crazy. And what we're going to do, we're going to add very shortly the coconut milk to it as well. I'm going to have some veggies going on there, and I'm also going to make a wholemeal crisp, feta crisp to go with it as garnish on the side as well. So lots of tasty foods indeed. So I've also got some fish to crumble down, and I also got some fish for the last minute so we can kind of simmer it so it still holds its beautiful shape. So I'm using cod today for some nice fresh cod for the stew itself. So looking forward to it. We've also cooked off some green beans as well, some sugar snaps or pea snaps. Delicious. Asparagus, and we also got some stringless string beans. So, well, stringless beans more likely, but very delicious. Still got that beautiful crunch to it as well. So you got all the vitamins, flavors, still going on in there. It's nice and fresh, bit of texture to it. So, what we're going to do is going to cook this down very, very slowly. We're going to add the coconut milk to it next, and we're going to get all the other flavors as well. So what else do we want? Let's have a look. I'm also going to put a squeeze of lime in there as well at some point, so we'll put that on later on. So but for first, we're going to get that cod in there, and then we're going to get the coconut. So that cod's going to break down nicely. So this is the leftover kind of cod we're going to use for the start, the base of the soup. So Dark Knight, how's it going? Sup, mate? Sup, man? How you doing? How are things? How's tricks? Are you having a wonderful Friday? Are you doing well? It's lovely to see you. How are things? So, what we're going to do, we're going to pop this into the pan over here. So, we're letting that cool down, then we're going to get rid of that. But we're going to add the cod in here, nice and gently. So, I'm going to pop that in there so we can start getting that base for that kind of fish broth. So, nice bits of cod we're going to be popping in here. So they're going to break down, so you're going to have nice little flakes of cod going through it. But you don't want to whisk it, whatever you do. So delicious. So we've got all those nice bits of cod in there. They're going to break down nicely. That's going to help the base of the stew itself. So lots of great flavour in there as well. I'm also going to pop a few tomatoes in here, I think, as well. Well, I don't know. Am I going to leave it out? I've forgotten. Can't remember if I've written it down or not. Where are we? I mean, you can do if you want. I don't think I'm going to add any tomatoes to this. Beautiful. No, we're not going to add any. That's okay. That's fine. So let's give this a bit of a stir around. Oh yeah, guys, I also forgot to mention as well. One other thing as well, because we're doing the fish stew. I actually was going to do a vegetable rice to go with this as well. So what I intend to do, I might do a more of a tomato-y kind of vegetable rice later on to go with it. So I did forget to mention that, but we will be doing that as well. Totally skipped my mind, that did. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of rice to go with this as well. How did you? Good. How are you? I'm doing fantastic, my friend. How are things with you, my friend? Are you doing well? It's lovely to see you. You still miss the old kitchen, do you? Well, what have you been up to anyway, Dark Knight? Are you well? I hope everything is going well with you, my friend. It's lovely to see you. So we got low fat, reduced sugar coconut milk, which we're going to add to this now. So, and then we're just going to let that kind of simmer down. So we're going to add this to it. So about half a can will be ample enough, to be honest with you. Don't want to put the whole thing in there. So just to kind of cook down nicely. we've got some nice little flavours in there. I'm also going to put, I'm just have a little taste of it to see what spices we've got going on in there, so it's not going too crazy as such. But right, yeah, okay. We're going to need a little bit of, I'm going to put a very small amount of cayenne pepper in here, and a little bit of paprika, not much though. Let's have a look, because it's not as spicy as I want it to be. So what I'm going to do, there we are, cayenne. Depending on how much spice you want going on in there, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to go too crazy with it. So I put like probably 1/5 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You don't really want a lot. So is the lower right still on? So yeah, the lower right is still on. So this is on a very like medium heat. I'm going to turn it down a little bit though. I'm going to go too crazy with it. But yeah, where the soup is on, or the stew as such, it is on still. So yeah. So let's give this all a bit of a mix up. We've got a little bit more spice in there. And we're just going to let that kind of, on its own accords, kind of cook down very, very gently, so we can get all those flavours out of the cod and all the flavour from there, and just kind of marinate together. So we're just going to let that kind of cook down on its own accords now. Good morning, darling. How are things with you? Are you doing well? Did you sleep well? I know I spoke to you briefly before. I know you were up very, very early, but hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see you. How is your morning going? Are you doing well? Love you loads. Right, so let's give this all a bit of a wipe up. So, give this all a bit of a wipe. Oh, I meant the empty spot. No, nothing's on. It's only this one. So it's just bottom right. So it's all on. So let's give this all a bit of a wipe up. So we've got all that fish kind of slowly cooking down. It's going to break up very shortly, and it's going to start coming together. What we're going to do is going to give the little bit of the board a bit of a wash so we can get that back on. So I'm going to give it a quick swill, a bit of a quick scrub, and then we can carry on. So give me 2 seconds, guys. So yeah, with that vegetable rice, which we're going to do later on, I suppose we can make it next actually, and get it all cooked off and ready to go, and then we'll just heat it back up when it putting it through with the rice. Or we can start making the crisps. I think we're going to start making the crisps. Do the vegetable rice like last minute. It's really not going to take too long at all to do. So let's give this all a bit of a scrub and wash. Ow, 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 hot water. No, it's going to be hot, chef. It's not going to be cold. My goodness. Awesome. So, right, strain this off. Let's get this on the side. Peter, how's it going? Morning. Good morning, good sir. How are you?